I'm gonna drink my coffee while you talk.
The biggest difference between KTA
I'm gonna die.
Oh, well.
That wasn't even a joke. I'm going to go on and now talk about the next step, which is is that regional, I guess, then?
SETC is, I believe it is regional.
SETC it's Southeastern Conference. We know that. So basically, SETC was very, very similar. I don't remember coming down the night before. I feel like we had a rehearsal that afternoon and then performed that evening. It was different. Like, we finally had an evening, to do this show, and it needed to be an evening show so bad because 9 o'clock in the morning watching Cabaret was probably like, what in the heck did I wake up with? Like, what is going on today? Okay, so we got there and they were unloading the truck, and all of a sudden we realized we're missing props. And several of them were very important. Specifically, the one that affected me were the chairs that we used in the Mine Hair dance. We have practiced with the same chairs for 6 months, maybe more, a long time with the exact same chairs, and they forgot our chairs. So the school, whatever it was, apparently we said they would let us use chairs. The problem is they were like a wooden, but they had a finish, so they weren't the same shape. They were a little bit shorter, they were much thinner, and they were really slicky. And the ones that we used had material on it so that we could actually move around and do stuff. That morning when we had rehearsal, we had like a whole hour, like for almost 40 minutes, we just did nothing but Mine Hair. And it felt okay, but it was weird. And then, I don't know, I feel like that day, once we found out the props were not all there, I just feel like everybody's mentality just kind of was because, we all wanted to do as good as we could, so it was frustrating to not have those chairs, and it proved even more once we started performing. First of all, I almost left my lip ring in at SETC, because my head was in a million places worried about all these props, like books that weren't there, a whole table was not there. So
pretty much it threw everybody off.
It really bad. I don't even know how that happened, because I've never had to deal with anything like that before. So I don't even know what went wrong, but something went wrong. And for some reason, it just kind of made everybody that sucks. And I think they had a reason to feel bummed out. You're allowed to feel bummed out. I freaking was. I mentioned in my other videos, now both of them, and have said that I'm a perfectionist when it comes to theater. I want it done well, really well. So when it's not at its best, then I'm not particularly excited about it. And of course, we went out on stage and we went to do Mine Hair, which is the third dance number. And, the first two went okay and everything. They were good that I remember. And then we went out there on Mine Hair, and I almost fell twice on the chairs. Once my knee buckled where it was shorter, the chair, I had to stand up on the chair and do this thing. My knee buckled, and I almost didn't get up on the chair, and that had never happened before. And when I went to slide on the chair to do a turn and then go down and touch the ground and come back up all seductive when that happened and I shifted in the chair, I just slipped right off. Just went slipped right off. And I just thought, oh my god, all in the same song. And I was sitting there thinking in my head, is this happening to any of these other girls? Are they sliding the hell all over the place like me? Because I'm sliding the hell all over the place right now. And the thing that I didn't mention in the first part about KTA is you're being judged. So there are 3 adjudicators that stay, and they are watching everything and timing everything that's meant to be timed. And it's really strange because as soon as you're done, they get to talk to you. They have, I think, 5 minutes each, and they get to do their critiques. They get to say what they liked. They get to say what they didn't like, or what didn't work. This also happened at KTA, and I didn't mention that, and I wanted to, because as soon as we were done there, we also, got critiqued and all that stuff. And it was great because at KTA, the adjudicators loved it. They were all about it. They wanted more of the dance, even, and we had to cut some of the dances and some of them short because you only have an hour, and cabaret is like a 2.5-hour show. So there was a lot of cuts. When we did it then for SETC afterwards, they said that they really enjoyed the club scenes, which that made me happy because those are the scenes I'm in. So they loved the dance numbers. They went on and on and on about that, but they did not like the cut for the show. They noticed that there were props missing, obviously, specifically the table, specifically the book or whatever he had. When someone's writing in something and they're not using an actual prop, it just didn't look good. So that sucked. We weren't told that we were bad or anything like that, but they were honest, and I'm glad they were because it was not our best performance, and there were multiple reasons as to why it wasn't. But I don't blame anybody in the cast because it's none of their faults. So I just don't even know how it happened. There is nobody to blame because I have no idea who to blame. It just didn't happen. We were okay with it. We just had to kind of accept it. Adjudicators liked the version at KTA more than the SETC adjudicators did. So it was like a roller coaster for months. We did this show for 8 months, or a long time, way longer than we would normally do a community theater show. But it was worth it. It was a great experience, and it was worth it. You need to tell them about your SETC experience. Like, what's the difference between it and KTA? Or what was it for you, the difference, anyway?
I think the biggest difference to me between Kentucky Theater Association and the Southeastern Theater Conference was Southeastern Theater Conference is a lot larger because it's more for...
Oh, heck yes. It's not just the state.
Yeah, exactly, because Kentucky Theater Association is pretty much just all the universities, colleges, and community...
That are Southeastern Conference colleges are the ones that we would be up against or whatever.
Yeah, and just like... So in KTA, you're up against every university and theater in the entire state of Kentucky. With Eastern Theater Conference, it's pretty much every college
it's the top, well, for us, it was the top 2 from each state that got to go. So that's what SETC was for us. For him, though, like I said, it was different because he wasn't performing in a show. He was doing auditions and things like that.
Yeah, I was just mostly doing job interviews for technician and designer. And, of course, out of all the 40-plus interviews I've done for last year's job fair, I got 3 job offers, and 2 of them I got hired. I worked as prop assistant for Shenandoah Summer Music Theater up in Winchester, Virginia at the Shenandoah University. And right after that, I worked as a technician for Busch Gardens at Williamsburg, Virginia. I was spotlight, flyman. I did installation work in between parts of the season because I was part of setting up everything for Howl Scream after the summer part of the season wrapped up.
It would be so fun.
Oh yeah, oh man, Howl Scream was a blast. It was like I was flying for the show Fiends, and that show was a blast to do. And I just loved Howl Scream so much. I didn't like getting chased by guys with chainsaws, but...
So did you have to re-audition again? How does it... Because you did at KTA, how does SETC work then if you're not auditioning?
If I'm not auditioning, I'm just pretty
Or
much...
you didn't audition at SETC?
I didn't audition. I just pretty much went for the job interviews.
But it's like you're sitting down and talking with someone?
Yeah, sitting... you're pretty much... It's in a large room.
That's very different than what I did.
It's just like there's just booths of every single professional theater company in the nation, pretty much. And you just sit down and you interview for whatever position you're going for. Like for example, with me, it was prop assistant, stagehand, and designer.
We're gonna go camp out at Kings Island and hope he can get a job there so he's closer.
Yes. I am praying to please hire me. I applied for technician and performer up at Kings Island, so wait and pray, pretty much.
See, so regardless whether you're performing to go on in competition, or you are there to audition for people to do stuff, or like him, you're looking for jobs. His was all backstage stuff, which matters intensely just as much as the actors. So, because without them people, who am I? I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, just like
It's hard enough remembering the acting and the dancing and the singing and the words and the, let alone like moving everything and stuff. Like it's...
Yeah, and it was so much fun, you just being an actor and technician at the same time at that one theater.
Yeah, that was not fun because it was a lot more responsibility. But we were going to talk about our backstage experiences in a future episode, so you're going to have to keep watching for that.
Tune in.
Please subscribe, hit the like button below, and also hit that alert bell. That way you can get notifications. This is going to now officially be our videos for Theater Thursday. We have so many more ideas for future episodes, so if you have any suggestions or would like to see something specific, please let us know, because we would be open to basically talk about anything that has to do with coming. Well, if it has to do with theater, we're good. We're good. It's theater talk, so we're gonna stick to theater talk. And my ring light just died because it got overheated. So bye.